Most of you by now have probably taken down your Christmas trees. If you haven't, I'm sure you're thinking about it. And this is one of the City of Winnipeg Chip-It depots where you can drop it off. Joined now by Randy Park of the City of Winnipeg. We do this yearly, reminding people where they can bring their trees when they're finished. We've got a nice pile behind us, and we're at the Waverley location, but there are many more.
Absolutely. We have about 11 throughout the city, and I have to tell you that we're in our 21st year, and in the first 20 years, the residents have recycled close to 300,000 Christmas trees, which translates to about 1,300 metric tons of material that we've been able to keep out of the landfill. So that's just fantastic.
Now, stay tuned, because if you're someone who doesn't have a vehicle or doesn't have a way to get your tree to the tree depots, we have an answer for that. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. This is the stuff that comes out of the Christmas trees. This is what the chip machines make for us.
Yes, absolutely. What it is the actual chipper chips up a mulch, and this is valuable in a couple ways around the household. If you put a 2 to 3 inch layer of this mulch material in like woody shrub beds, then what it does is it actually helps reduce moisture loss in the summer. It also actually helps as a natural herbicide and reduces weed growth. So it's a two. It certainly is a benefits both ways to the homeowner, and not only that, but we keep it at a landfill site where it's only going to contribute to the greenhouse gas effect. So it really does help around the household.
So if people want to get some of this, how can they get it?
Actually, just when you drop off your Christmas tree, just bring a bucket and a small shovel, and we do have small piles located at each of the tree depots.
Okay, now I've got a little penguin in my hand. This is the first leftover ornament of 2012. You want people not only to take now there are some bags on some trees back there, and that is not good. You also want tinsel and ornaments off trees. You don't want to leave this guy on there because the Chip-It machine doesn't like it.
Well, not only that, but we're trying to produce the most highest quality of mulch that we can. And remember, the resident's going to use this back in your own home. So the best thing to do is remove all tinsel, any ornaments, any tree stands, and plastic bags before you drop off your tree. And we realized, it's a good idea to use a plastic bag when you actually pull the tree out of your house and transport it down to the depot. But if you can just take 2 seconds to take the bag off, we'd really appreciate it.
Now, we've got a box on the ground there, actually. Doug, the guy who's operating the chip machine today, has been doing this for a number of years, and he's collected, literally, he says, more than 100 ornaments that he just collects them when they've been left on trees, and these are some of the notable ones. This one hangs in his truck all year long, he says. So if you're leaving this stuff, folks, Doug is taking it home.
And again, not only does it contaminate the mulch, it could cause problems with the chipper, but it is wasteful. Yeah. I mean, those are lovely ornaments, and in the proper waste minimization concept, why discard those? Take a few more minutes, make sure the tree is clean.
Perfect. Now, there are a number of locations, and I know people are going to want to take their trees to the one that's closest to their home, so they can get that info on the City of Winnipeg website?
Yes, www.winnipeg.ca.
All right, Randy, thank you so much for this.
Thank you.
Well, as we mentioned, not everybody has a way to get their tree here to the depot, and that's why Bob Rempel is here today from Scope to talk about the service that you provide, which is that you will, for a fee, pick up people's trees and bring them to the Chip-It location.
Absolutely. Trees are just something we've done now for a few years consistently at Scope, and plus the leaves, the toilets and things like that. So we're working with the City of Winnipeg. It's a great little program, and anybody that doesn't have a way of getting it to the Chip-It sites, just call us and we'll come by. Just a small donation, $20 or more, and we'll do that for you.
Now, Scope, of course, as you know, if you've watched Shaw TV, helps people living with mental illness. And I know that recently the Winnipeg Free Press published an article talking about mental illness becoming epidemic. The rates are epidemic, and you're working with people to give them employment and help them along the path.
Yes, I saw the same article too, and I think it's something we've seen. It's just finally, hopefully, there's more conversation about the same thing. People want the kind of services we have. There are a great incidence of mental health problems all around. We've just doubled our employment this year to over 150 people we've served, and there's a big wait list. So any more we can do, we want. It's just a matter of finding the right funding, the right partnerships, and absolutely, Scope is creating more employment all the time, and we're glad to see the conversation starting.
All right. So if people do think they want you folks to come and pick up their tree, you say give a call and a donation. What's the process? Do you have to leave it outside? Will you come inside and get it? How does it all work?
Just tell us when you call in, 987-6300, where it's going to be, front or back of the yard, and we'll come by. Usually these days it's scheduled pickup, probably Wednesdays, Fridays, something like that. But give us a call. They can also email scope@scope.org, and as I say, always scope with 2 S's, SSCOPE. So we'd be glad to just arrange something and come by and do it.
And then folks could leave their payment in the mailbox or something so you can grab it.
Payments, pay by mailbox, pay online with credit card, various ways, leave a check, something like that, absolutely.
All right, Bob Rempel, thank you so much. And, if we ever get some snow, your folks can also come out and shovel that snow. But lately, nothing to shovel, so you'll work on the trees for now.
Absolutely, yeah. Snow shoveling is a big part of what we do. Some big new contracts with the City of Winnipeg. It's really growing the organization, I think, and we're glad to see the support, and we appreciate all the support we're getting from you folks, too. Thank you, Sean.
All right, Bob Rempel with Scope, thank you so much for your time, and good luck with this year's Christmas tree program. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you, Kate.